Hey guys, James with Torches and Tactical, and I had a problem. The problem is I just finished our TS11 video, and we did the subsequent giveaway, but then I had no other lights to give away. So luckily, Sofirn stepped up to the plate, and they managed to get us 3 of these Sofirn SC02s. Now this is a brand new keychain light from Sofirn, but they managed to get us 3 of them. So this one actually belongs to this box here. But I have 2 others, and now that Sofirn stepped up, I have another giveaway for you guys. So we're going to give away 2 SC02s from Sofirn, and I'll tell you all about those here in a second. But just pay attention to the video. We're going to have 2 brand new Sofirn SC02s to give away, and let's get into the light. All right, with those out of the way, let's focus on the one single Sofirn SC02 that we have here. And Sofirn calls this a rechargeable keychain EDC light. And I mean, yes, it can go on your keys. However, I feel like that might be just a little bit wrong. And I mean that in the sense that this is definitely, to me, this is definitely a backup light or a secondary light. Now, I know as soon as this video is complete, this is going to go in the glove box of my car, and it's going to stay there for when I need a light. And all my other options are essentially done, used, expended, however you want to label that. But the SC02 does give you up to 320 lumens, and it does have 2 other modes as well, and that is a 100 lumen medium mode and a low mode of 20 lumens. In addition to that, there are 6 other LEDs here that will give you the option of having a red, a blue, or a red and blue strobe, and we'll go through all that here in a second. But in addition to that, this does only come in at 1.16 ounces or 33 grams. And that means it's not going to take up very much space or weigh that much. This does only come in at 70 millimeters in length and 23 millimeters for a head. And, well, I mean, frankly, body diameter, since it does come in a lipstick tube form. But that 33 grams is the 6061 T6 aluminum as well as the polycarbonate. And that 33 grams is including this 2-way pocket clip. So you can use this as a headlamp of sorts in a pinch, or you can keep it in your pocket for EDC carry. Although for something like this, it is a very, very stiff pocket clip. Now, one nice thing about it is the LED that they include in this does come in at 90 CRI with that Fresnel lens. So even though it is only 320 lumens, I mean, nothing to scoff at, it still outproduces some Olight pocket lights. But that 320 lumens will give you a decent beam pattern with this Fresnel lens that looks eerily similar to the SC32. Now, we do have an SC32 coming up for review, so that'll be something to watch for. But before we get more into the SC02 actual light, let's go ahead and find out what all is in the package. So here we go. Okay, fantastic. I love when it works the first try. So in the package, you do get a generic lanyard that will attach to the back of the SC02. It does have a pass-through style lanyard hole right here, but you get that generic lanyard. Then you also get a USB-A to USB-C cable, and I tell you guys every time, I have about 1,000 of these. I actually have, over here, I have a USB cord that is always plugged in and ready to go. So I don't really worry about opening up too many of these ones. But it has USB-A to C, and this is a really, really stiff jacket on this. It seems really high quality, and honestly, even higher quality than some others that I have opened from Sofirn. So I don't know if they changed up who their supplier is or what, but this does seem really, really high quality. Finally, it does have the SC02 manual. This is going to let you know that you have your 320 lumens. It'll run for 1 hour and shine out to 81 meters. Or you have 100 lumens in medium, shine for 2 hours, shine out to 48 meters. And that low mode, 20 lumens, 7 hours, and will shine out to 22 meters. And you do get 15 hours of the auxiliary flashing. But again, we'll get into that. So let's get this out of the way. And let's look back at the light. Now, as I said, it is 6061 aluminum here at the head of the light, more of a bezel with that plastic Fresnel lens, similar to the SC32, and it helps shape that beam and direct that light out to that 81 meters. the polycarbonate shell, honestly, I thought I was not going to like this as much as I do. And let me explain. I thought I wasn't going to like it because it being a plastic material and being in direct contact, not only with that pocket clip, but if you throw it in your jeans pocket or something like that, it's going to be hitting rough denim. I thought it was going to appear scratched up a lot faster than it actually is. Now, you may be of the mindset where if it gets worn in and used, then that's just going to give it more character. And that's usually the way I feel, but the gloss is really uniform on it. And I think it looks really nice. So it does show Sofirn SC02 here. Now, one unusual thing I think, just to mention the little quips, is the SC02 is actually slightly smaller font than the actual Sofirn logo here. So it's not bad, but you have your industry markings here, and the pocket clip was in the package but not on the light initially. So I put that on there, and I mean, honestly, that's pretty much it. It has that 23 millimeter polycarbonate barrel. You do have back here your USB-C charging port. And if I grab that cable I was telling you about earlier, right here, we grab that cable and we throw it in there. Oh, hold on, let me pull that flap over. You throw it in there. You will see a red blinking charge indicator here underneath this E switch. And that charge indicator will turn green as soon as this light is full. And it does charge at a rate of 5 volts and 0.4 amps, or 400 milliamps. So you're getting about a 2-watt charge rate. But we can undo that cord, set that aside, and we'll close this USB-C rubber charge port. Now, I will mention right now that although it is rather large, it does have this slight step or shelf on there, and it seals really, really well. Sometimes you do have to give it a little bit of a push, but it does seal really, really well. And the only other thing is that pocket clip. I started mentioning this earlier, but for its size, this is an incredibly stiff pocket clip. So it may need worn in or adjusted slightly just to be able to grab onto your pocket as easily as you may want it to. Now, there is just enough of a lip to where you can throw this reverse onto your baseball cap, and it works really well in that. So finally, we do move to the user interface, and the user interface is all controlled with a very, very sturdy or very strong, there is a lot of resistance in this E switch. So you can see here that there is quite an audible click, and I hope that is coming through on the camera. So you can sit here and press that. There is quite a bit of resistance in order to make sure that you do get the light on. And if you do want to turn the light on, all you have to do is hold down that button. There we go. And then you just do one simple press, and it will cycle through low, medium, and high. Low, medium, and high. And if you want to turn it off again, all you have to do is hold down that switch. There we go, that shut off. In addition to that, when it is on, if you do a simple double press, it will go to your auxiliary modes. And that, I said, it does have the 6 LEDs, and I hope it's shining through on camera. You do have 2 reds here, 2 blues in the center, and 2 reds on the other side. So from here, if you want to change modes here, one simple press will go to a blinking or flashing red, a flashing blue, a blue-red alternate. This has kind of a unique sequence to it. You press one more time and it'll go more of a police strobe. And here is the final sequence for the red and blue flashing. So you can long press again, and that will shut off the light. And if you want to know how this compares to another small EDC or a keychain or secondary backup light, I do have the Workhorse WK04. Now, I don't have the pocket clip on this one yet, but you can see that they are very eerily similarly sized, and they came out almost at exactly the same time. The SC02, it does have a little bit of aluminum with a lot of that polycarbonate, and it's almost backwards with the WK04. They have a little bit of that polycarbonate as a diffuser, and then the main body of this one is aluminum. Now, this has USB-C on the actual battery tube of it, while this has the USB-C on the end. And I mean, they look similar in size. They perform similarly as well. So I felt that this would be a good comparison for the SC02. So what I want to do now is I want to get these outside so we can see how the SC02 with its 320 lumens compares to the WK04 and its 260 lumens. So let's get these outside and see what we got. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So for starters, we have the Sofirn SC02. And let's go ahead and turn this on. Here we have low mode, medium, and high. And if you want to see what these auxiliary modes look like, and then for comparison, we have the Workos WK04. Here is low. Medium. And high. And if you want to know what these auxiliaries look like, we have diffused, as well as diffused red. All right, one more time. We have the SC02. This is all 320 lumens. And we have the WK04. This is all 260 lumens. All right, let's head back inside. All right, guys, we saw the SC02 from Sofirn as well as the WK04 from our friends over at Workos. And I mean, they look eerily similar. Now, when you're at about the 300 lumen range, to me, it is kind of difficult to see the difference between a mere 60 lumens. So, I mean, on paper, I think they're both very nice competitors. However, when I picked up the WK04, it was just a little bit more than the SC02. So let me get this out of the way. The SC02, when I got mine, I looked it up on the Sofirn website, and this came in at $9.99. So having a backup in all of your glove boxes seems like a no-brainer. The beam looked pretty good, I think. It is high CRI, so those usually come in at a little bit warmer of a tint. And this one was no different. I thought the beam pattern looked really good. That Fresnel lens is definitely getting its work in. And I mean, as far as a backup light or a keychain light, this is going to be a very, very nice competitor. I'm going to keep this one, like I said earlier, in my glove box. And I very well may end up picking up a few more of these so I can keep one in my truck. I can keep one in our other vehicles. And, you know, just keep a couple around the house. So guys, I know I just talked about the beam pattern, and that is one of my likes as far as the SC02 is concerned. I think the only negative or downside that I saw is this pocket clip is rather stiff. And if it's a backup light, it's something that you want to be able to have on you and not have to think about. So after a little bit of massaging, so to speak, I think the pocket clip works great. However, getting to that point, or when you first put it on, it is incredibly, incredibly stiff. So that may be something that you want to address before this becomes your permanent backup light. But outside that, for what it is, $10, 320 lumens, It works fantastic. So if I could ask you to, just head on over to sofirnlight.com and you can order your own, or we do have this giveaway. And for the giveaway, literally all I want you to do is just comment down below saying I'm in, and then I'll do a drawing from all of the comments that I see. So thank you guys so much. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And when you do, click on that bell notification right here. And that's going to let you guys know as soon as we do get new videos out. A lot of our videos do have giveaways. We've given away tons of lights already, and we want to be able to continue to do this. So again, make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and we'll see you in the next one.